Hey guys, welcome back to the house. So listen, we got to go ahead and talk about the last two episodes of Celebrity Big Brother. Honey, I hate the fact that I missed the fight between Todd Bridges and Cynthia Bailey, but we are back and we have all of the details and the spoilers. And spoiler alert, yes, there will be spoilers. Because that's what we do over here at the House of Aaron. I give you the spoilers, I give you the storylines, I give you the highlights. Somebody was under the comments talking about I'm going to unsubscribe because you do too many spoilers. And I'm like, dang, sis, like, I hate to see you go, but it is what it is, and it's not changing. Nobody's holding you hostage because we just have to do the spoilers, okay? We do. Anyways, okay, so the last two episodes of Big Brother. So they had an HOH. They had to basically sit on these ski swings and they pressed these buttons and they had to strip and then they had to go into the hot tub and press the buzzer. And whoever had the best time ended up winning HOH. Misha Tate, the MMA fighter, won the HOH. And you guys know that I was extremely disappointed in that situation because I don't like Misha. She thinks that she's a puppet master and she thinks that everybody's here to be a minion. And that's just not the case. But at the same time, I can't blame sis because nobody else is stepping up to win. Cynthia, okay, you can't be going around the house picking fights when you do the bare minimum in the competitions. I mean, I'm just saying. But the interesting thing about this situation is that Todrick is a little bit bitter, okay? He's happy because he has a final 2 deal with Misha. He plays second fiddle to Misha. Misha's like Santa, and he's one of Santa's helpers. He's an elf. Will Ferrell tease, you know what I'm saying? So he's happy because he's safe, at least. But at the same time, outside of the Big Brother house, Todrick Hall is a star. He's a dancer, a choreographer. He's on Broadway. He's on Drag Race. He's a singer. He's an artist. He doesn't want to play second fiddle to Miss Thang, right? So he's like, dang, sis, you could have, threw it to me, but she did not, okay? So Misha is the HOH, and of course, she's targeting Carson because she believes Carson Kressley is like this huge social gamer. He's this huge threat. So she ends up putting up Carson Kressley and his bestie, Miss Cynthia Bailey, okay? Moving on to next episode. Todrick then is trying to suck up to Cynthia, saying, Cynthia, I'm here for you. I've always been here for you. I don't want you to go. There's no way in hell you're going home. And I'm like, Todrick, can you just cut the fakeness? If you're going to lie and backstab and do all of this extra stuff and join alliances and then, be fake about the alliances, can you at least just not be in my face trying to suck up to me? Okay, smiling in my face and then backstabbing me behind my back. I wish the energy that Cynthia had for Todd, she had for Todrick. Because he's the one that deserves it. Just straight up fake, lying, backstabbing. And I do understand that it's Big Brother. Somebody else was in my comments saying, well, it's Big Brother. They're supposed to do this. That don't mean I have to like it. That does not mean I have to like it, sweets. Okay? So anyways, Todrick is trying to suck up to, Cynthia Cheekbones Bailey. What he don't know is that Cynthia is finna turn into 50 Cent, child, okay? Todrick and Misha are kind of looking at Kirkpatrick. You can tell that Kirkpatrick's vibe, his demeanor, his, mannerisms, they've changed. He's a bit more distant. He was very defiant when it came to Misha and what she wanted to do during his HOH. They're looking at Kirkpatrick like, if we don't take a shot at him first, he's going to take a shot at us. And their inclination, if I'm saying that right, is 100% correct, right? Moving right along, Kirkpatrick and Shayna are devising a plan to thwart Misha's HOH. They don't want Carson Kressley to go home. They really don't want Cynthia to go home either. But I think in Kirkpatrick's head, he's just kind of thinking, at this point, I will sacrifice my own gameplay for the betterment of the game. And I appreciate that. And whatever plan he can come up with to try to, throw Misha's game off this week, he is willing to do. And so I appreciate that. Even though I don't necessarily agree with the gameplay, I respect it and I love it because at this point in time, everybody sitting at home, we're all sick of it. Okay, we are sick of the mess. We're sick of the shenanigans. I'm sick of the producers not throwing in twists to try to change the trajectory of the damn game. If the game is going one way the whole entire time, you would think that CBS Big Brother would throw in another twist. But I don't know, they're just a little slow in the head, so they don't do that. But instead, they do stupid stuff like the Mon Juan, fake Birkin bag twist. Like, that was dumb. Okay, why don't you throw in another Mon Juan when you see that Misha is winning all the competitions? And then I hate how most of them are physical anyways. Like, where is the mental stuff? I've only seen like 1 or 2 mental comps. So yes, I really do respect Chris Kirkpatrick and his game. He's the only one that's trying to devise plans to really thwart Misha's gameplay, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, then you guys, in very shocking fashion, well, I guess it's really not shocking. In the last episode, we did see that Chris Kattan wanted the house guests to vote him out instead of Mariah, and of course, they did not listen to him. Okay, and I wouldn't have listened to him either. No, sir, you're gonna have to suffer, okay? Because I'm gonna vote out who I think I need to vote out for my own personal game. I mean, I'm just saying. And if it really bothers you that bad, you just gonna have to quit. And that's exactly what the hell he did. I don't think he was having fun. I don't think he was happy. He was probably waking up every day and going to sleep every night thinking to himself, well, why the hell am I in this house? This is really dumb. This is stupid. I don't need the check. I just want to be at home. I want to be in peace. He's not a game player. He didn't strategize. He didn't have any alliances. Like, it was just a waste of time. It was a waste of time for Chris Kattan. It may have been affecting his mental health. I don't know. That's kind of like what it seemed like. He seemed very unhappy. So guess what? Your happiness and your mental comes first. He ended up quitting Big Brother, which I was disappointed in, but I completely understand. As long as it's not Cynthia going home, at this point, all y'all can leave, okay? Moving right along, Todrick is trying to manipulate Lamar Odom. Or is Lamar Odom trying to manipulate Todrick Hall? What y'all think? So remember when Lamar came into the bathroom, before the veto competition, and he was basically asking Todrick, so if I win the veto, what happens? Do I get to evict somebody? Does that mean I'm the new HOH? Does that mean I win the whole competition and everybody else goes home? Like, what does that mean, Todrick? And Todrick is trying to school him on Big Brother. Now, here's my thing. My first thought is, I feel like Lamar knows what the hell a veto is. He knows how to play this game, and he's playing stupid. You are playing dumb. You are playing stupid. You're trying to pull the wool over our eyes, and it ain't working. Okay? But then another part of me is like, maybe he really don't know what the hell going on, right? Because as he started talking about the veto, he's like, yeah, okay, so if I win it, then I'll take down Cynthia. And Todrick is like, why would you do that? We're trying to get Carson out. And I'm like, oh, look at there. Look at Todrick Hall trying to manipulate the situation and trying to dictate what Lamar is going to do with the veto if he ends up winning. And I'm like, Todrick, if Lamar wins the veto, you can make suggestions and you can tell him what you want him to do. But at the end of the day, that is his veto if he wins it, and he's going to do whatever he thinks is necessary. If he doesn't want Carson to be out the house, that's his prerogative. I just don't understand. I feel like Todrick and Misha have like this complex that they think that everybody is supposed to bow down and do what they say. And I'm just like, no, like, stop with this attitude that everybody is supposed to do what you want them to do. I'm sick of it. I am so sick of it. So what do y'all think about that situation if you watched it? Do you think Lamar was playing dumb, or do you think Todrick Hall was the one doing the manipulations? Let me know. Moving right along, they do the veto. It's this dumbass reindeer game where they do these reindeers and they're swinging and hanging on for their life, and it gives them 90 seconds on the clock. Then they go up to the snowflakes. They try to build up the snowflakes. Real stupid, real dumb, like, right? Shayna ended up winning the veto, which I was extremely happy about, as long as it wasn't Todd Bridges, as long as it wasn't Todrick Hall. as long as it wasn't what's her name, Misha Tate. I was totally happy about that. But here's where things get sticky. So basically, Misha's in the kitchen, she's talking game, and they come to a consensus that if Shayna decides to take down Cynthia Bailey, then she will put up Todd Bridges as a replacement nominee, and then the House, I guess, will vote out Carson Kressley, right? And they had this conversation because once Shayna was about to win the veto, Misha came up to her and was like, hey, if you want to take off Cynthia, I'm totally fine with that. It's your veto, whatever, as long as you don't take down Carson. And Shayna's like, yeah, that's probably what I'll do, but I'm not sure, right? So after that, she went up to Todd. Todd was like, I'm okay with being put up as a pawn, whatever. And then Misha has a conversation with NSYNC Chris Kirkpatrick because she's been feeling really weird about their whole dynamic. And she feels this shift, okay? Misha and Todrick are really trying to gun after Chris Kirkpatrick sooner than later. Chris Kirkpatrick is, trying to take shots at Misha and Todrick. So they're secretly planning to gun for each other, but neither one of them have really done it yet, right? So when Misha's talking to NSYNC, she's basically asking, so if I put up Todd, you're going to vote out Carson, right? And this is where I really start to get pissed off, okay? I really start to get pissed off because he refused to lie to that girl's face, okay? Meanwhile, Misha has been lying, Todrick has been lying, but I guess the lying stopped tonight. Well, actually, Shayna was lying like hell. But when they were having their little conversation, NSYNC refused to lie to Misha about not, voting out Todd. And that, of course, sent her antennas up. And she really got to thinking, okay, Chris Kirkpatrick is not really being straight up with me. He's not being honest with me. And that is extremely concerning. So then she goes back to Misha, or Misha then goes back to Shayna and is like, hey, I don't want you to take anybody down. I don't want you to use the veto. Shayna's like, okay, whatever. I'll think about it. I don't really know. I'm in a weird position. Da-da-da-da-this, da-da-da-da-that. NSYNC and Shayna are in cahoots, and, Chris Kirkpatrick wants to blow up the whole house, and he wants to shake it up, and he wants to flip it. He doesn't care if it jeopardizes his own game as long as Shayna does something to kind of shake things up. And you know what? Even though it did jeopardize his game, I totally appreciate it because, like I said earlier, I'm not here for Misha just picking off everybody one by one, right? So at the very end of the day, Shayna ended up blindsiding Misha and Todrick by taking down Carson, leaving Cynthia Bailey up on the block. Misha Tate then had to, do a replacement nominee, and she put up Chris Kirkpatrick, which I think was best for her game personally. Because at that moment she knew, okay, Shayna and Chris, they're gunning for me. This, is a clear divide. And it is what it is. So, yeah. Spoiler alert, NSYNC ends up going home, but y'all already knew that. So anyways, Cynthia's on the block at this point, okay? Before, eviction night, Cynthia is still on the block, and Cynthia is very paranoid. She doesn't know what the hell is going on. Things in the Big Brother house change so often, and it's starting to really eat up at her, okay? Sis don't want to go home, but yet is doing a bare minimum during the competitions. Them two don't go together for me, but okay. Right? So she's sensing this energy from Todd because she kind of feels like, okay, Todd, he's talking to me. I guess he kind of wants to be my friend, but I also feel like at the same time he's mad at me or feels some sort of way towards me, and I don't really know why. So Cynthia is just trying to figure out what the hell is going on because, of course, she wants Todd's vote come eviction night. So Cynthia asks, Todd, are you mad at me? Are you upset with me? And Todd Bridges, Mr. Willis, is basically like, yeah, I do feel a ways. I am kind of slick holding a grudge. I don't know if I will vote to keep you here because you did vote to evict me when I was on the block against Teddy. And at the same, time, while I was watching this, I was thinking to myself, okay, that makes perfect sense. She voted to evict me. I'm voting to evict her. I totally understand that. But where I'm confused at is how Todd is really holding a grudge about something when it wasn't personal at all. You and Cynthia weren't in an alliance. You guys didn't talk game. You ended up wanting to join Misha's team, and Cynthia's not a part of that team, and Teddy was a part of her alliance. Like, Todd is acting like Cynthia was gunning for him to leave the house when all she was really doing is voting to keep her alliance member. It wasn't personal, but for some reason, Todd Bridges is holding on to this damn grudge, but ended up keeping Cynthia safe anyways, child. Okay? Anyways, so, y'all, Cynthia did not like that. She's like, man, okay, if we not cool, then we not cool. And if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But please don't be all up in my face being fake, acting like we cool and you really holding grudges, y'all. Okay, so Cynthia Bailey went off. She walked off. Todrick wanted to have a conversation with sis. Cynthia was like, no, I don't really want to talk to nobody. Then after 2 seconds of being put away in the bedroom, she's like, you know what? I do have more to say. She went back into the kitchen. She started arguing with Todd Bridges. Meanwhile, Lamar Odom is instigating the entire situation. Talking about you're a punk. Okay? He walked into the kitchen like, yeah, Todd Bridges is a punk. And I don't think he was for real. He was just talking shit. But it's like, Lamar, the shit was funny, but bring it on down, okay? And then while Cynthia was going off, Lamar's in the kitchen clapping like, and I'm just staring at the craziness like, what the hell is going on? Not Lamar Odom hyping Cynthia Bailey up. Now, at the end of the day, Cynthia's basically saying, don't be fake. If you have a problem with me, address the problem. Don't act nice to my face and you really have a problem, okay? How Nicki Minaj say, do we have a problem? Yes or no? I do think Cynthia was doing a bit much, which then caused Todd Bridges to go off on the rails. And he was like, F you. And Cynthia was like, F you too. And yeah, all of that stuff. So I don't know. I kind of feel like I see both sides. I see both sides like Chanel. But of course, y'all know I'm biased. Okay, this is the Biased News Network, as y'all like to say. I'm still sticking by Cynthia no matter what. Okay, I don't care. Team Cynthia till the whole show is over. And then y'all, while Cynthia was kind of, getting upset and she was getting angry and she was cussing Todd Bridges out, Misha just had this face, like her whole face, her demeanor changed while she was looking at Cynthia, and it was kind of like shady in a way. And I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, if y'all caught that, put it in the comments down below. Okay, put it in the comments down below. But anyways, eviction night comes. The house ends up voting to evict Chris Kirkpatrick. He basically sacrificed his own game, I guess, to kind of wake up the house. Like, hey, y'all, if y'all don't start really playing this game, Misha and Todrick are going to pick y'all off one by one. So with that being said, the episode last night ends off with the HOH competition where they have to hold on for dear life on this wall. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Cynthia loses. But her bestie, Carson Kressley, wins. Carson is the new HOH, and we'll see that play out on tomorrow night's episode. So y'all got to let me know how y'all feel about the situation. Are you guys watching? Should I continue to recap? Let me know. I'm going to go ahead and log off. I love you guys, and don't forget to create a great day.